We are here at Waya Picnic area by Waya Road and catching a lot of attempting a through hike this year. And I've got me a female hiker here, and she's got a dog with her. She'll tell us the name of the dog and her name as we start this.
My name is Daisy and my dog's name is Flynn.
Daisy, do you have a trail name yet?
No, my real name is Daisy.
And spell that for me.
D-A-Y-Z-E.
D-A-Y-Z-E. I'm glad I asked you. I spelled it wrong. And your dog's name again?
Flynn.
Spell that.
F-L-Y-N-N.
F-L-Y. Where are you from, Daisy?
We're from Maine.
Maine? What part?
Whitefield. It's pretty close to like Augusta area.
We got two young kids that hiked in 2014 that came down from Bar Harbor.
Okay, yep.
Maybe, I'm not sure how close that would be to you. In Portland, Maine, we had somebody to hike with my wife from Portland, Maine in 2014. What made you decide to do this?
Well, I applied to vet school last year and I didn't get in. And so I found myself with a year of time. And this is something I always wanted to do. Being from Maine, I grew up hearing about it all the time. And so I decided I was going to get a puppy and we were going to hike the AT before.
You was going to get a puppy? That's a puppy?
Yeah, he's 11 months today.
Wow.
But I got him at 8 weeks and then we started to kind of get ready for this thing. And so we're going to vet school in August. So we got in and we're hiking until then. And
how is it hiking with a dog?
It's kind of hard. It's like, I have to take care of his food. I have to make sure he goes out in the morning. And if I want to lay in my tent a little longer, he wants to get up. I kind of have to do his thing. But I think, I think the benefits outweigh it.
What will you do about the Smokies?
Yeah, so there's a nice lady who's willing to come pick him up at Fontana and then drop him off at Davenport for me. Okay. Which is pretty great. Yeah. So he'll stay there for a week and eat and hang out.
Are you having any issues, feet or ankles or anything?
One of my knees is bothering me.
Okay.
Yeah, my right knee. I had a partially torn meniscus and MCL. I got an injury in college. And so that's kind of acting up a little bit. But
okay. And you want to be finished by August because you're going to go to vet school?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay. And you met the group with you didn't start with anybody? You started by yourself?
Right. Yep.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. It's easy to hook up with a group, isn't it?
Very easy, yes. We ended up all kind of camping together and seeing one another every day.
Her dog is awful frisky. When he run up to the Trail Magic, he was just wide open. I told her she's going to have a lot of energy to hold him back. He's ready to go to Maine today. Yeah, look at him. Boy, wow.
He's ready to hike.
Wow. Well, listen, Daisy, I appreciate you taking a minute out of your day to say hello to us. He's going to chew your rope in half.
I know. He's like, let's get out of here.
Do you want to say hi to anybody on YouTube or family or somebody?
I guess I'll just say hi to my grandparents and my friends back home in Maine and my family in Maine. And that's all.
God bless every step between here and Maine. And I'm going to let you take your dog and get back. Thank you.
Thank you. Come on, buddy.
And there she goes. Going all the way to Maine with her dog. Great, great kid. I've got another 2018 attempting a through hike. Give us your name and trail name.
My name's Lindsay. My trail name is Overdrive.
Spell Lindsay first.
L-I-N-D-S-A-Y.
And then your trail name, Overdrive. O-V-E-R-D-R-I-V-E?
Yep.
How'd you get that name?
Actually, Iron Man there gave it to me. We were going up a hill and I told him pass me because I go into super low gear and he just started calling me Overdrive.
That's a cool name. Yeah. I like that. You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
That's good. Now, where are you from?
I'm from New York.
New York?
Yep.
And how long have you been thinking about doing Appalachian Trail?
Probably about 5 years now.
Okay. What do you think about it so far?
It's, I like it so far. I wasn't prepared for the weather, I don't think.
Okay.
But the coldness anyway, but.
What about the terrain? Is it harder than you thought?
No, I was pretty prepared for some rough terrain, so.
Okay, so the weather is more issue than
I think the cold, I wasn't prepared for the cold. So.
Right, and then y'all have had some snow already.
Yes.
A little bit of ice in some sections, I believe. And you started when, Overdrive?
March 2nd.
March the 2nd. Do you have a time that you need to be through by? You have
I do not, so I'm just kind of.
Are you in between school, jobs, or what?
I just finished school.
Okay, so you'll go back home and look for a job when you get through?
Look for a job after this.
What about family or friends? You've got a family, brothers or sisters?
I have a sister.
What does she think about her sister being out here?
Oh, she thinks it's cool. She loves hiking, so.
Will she come out and meet you somewhere up near New York, maybe?
She's considering it. We live in central New York, so it's a bit of a
It's
drive.
a little ways, a bit of a drive.
She's thinking about it.
Yeah. Any blisters or anything?
No blisters so far.
Wow.
Surprisingly.
That's great.
A
What
little
about
bit of Achilles tendon pain,
Yeah.
but other than that, pretty good.
What about your pack and pack weight? Is it pretty much what you feel good with?
Yeah. When I started, I think it was 31 pounds.
Okay.
So it's not too bad.
Okay. Anything interesting that's happened out here that you didn't expect? Nothing that surprised you, maybe?
Not yet.
Okay, that's good. You got a ways to go.
Yeah.
Do you know of any places up north that you're looking forward to? Maybe in your planning you saw something?
I am looking forward to Hot Springs.
Hot Springs,
Yeah,
okay.
definitely looking forward to that.
That's a cool town.
Yeah.
It's a real cool town. Make sure you eat at the Mountain Diner. It's one of the best. There's only 2 or 3 cafes there, but it's the first one you'll come to. But they really got good food there. You want to say hello to anybody out there in YouTube land?
Hi, Mom and Dad.
There you
Maybe,
go.
if you're out there.
That helps. Yeah, make sure you say hi to those. They're important. Well, listen, thank you for taking just a minute away from Trail Magic to talk to us, and God bless every step between here and Maine.
Thank you.
Here I'm at Waiya Picnic Area. Still got another 2018 attempting a through hike. Give us your name or trail name.
Joe Smith. My trail name is Small Furry Animal.
Say that again.
Joe Smith. My trail name is Small Furry Animal.
Small Furry Animal. How did you get that name?
From a Pink Floyd song. As my very first email in 1998. So still keep that.
That was your first email. Small Furry Animal. All right. How long have you been thinking about doing a through hike?
Well, actually, since about 1998, there's a girl in college, and she was probably 80 pounds wet.
That's all.
And she just like disappeared, and I asked her friend, I was like, oh, where's Sarah? She's like, oh, she's doing Appalachian Trail. I was like, there's no way she's going to do it. Sure enough, 6 months later, she comes back, and I was so impressed with that. I was like, she inspired me. So that was 20 years ago. So I've always been thinking about it since then.
Wow, so the time just come right with jobs or something, retirement?
Yeah, well, you know, the older you get, the more life kind of craps on you.
Yeah.
So just the way circumstances are, I'm looking for some inspiration, you know, change up in my life. So I do have an opportunity. So, you know, you take the bad, use it as an opportunity to do something good.
That's right. Turn it into a positive.
Correct.
Now, where are you from?
Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore, Maryland. So you're hiking north. You're going at least toward home. When you're hiking this way.
Yeah, Harper's Ferry. You know, I'm going to go home for a couple days, kind of bathe. You know, all the standard things that normal people do.
How much planning did you do?
Well, I mean, I love like researching stuff. So in terms of like gear, you know, I've done what I thought, you know, was the best that suits me. But in terms of like day to day, I just have just a goal. I try not to look at the profile or whatever. You know, I like to be surprised. Okay. But I need, you know, all I need to know is how many days till I can resupply. You know, and whether or not it's going to be like a nor'easter. That's really all I want to do.
Are you doing any drop boxes?
Just shoes. You know, because you can get what you need in town.
Sure, sure.
And, you know, for me, like, I got, obviously, like, the shoes I like. And so every quarter point, I'm getting my, you know, new shoes.
Okay, yeah. What about your gear? All the gear working out for you?
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, you definitely learn. I never done anything like this. So, like, one of my mistakes was, you know, of course, I bought these water Crocs, which are cool and light, but they don't compact. So they don't fit in my bag. So, you know, that was a big, you know, then I bought these Tevas back in town. You know, so they compact. So it's like sometimes you don't think things through. And of course, I bought the fanciest hiking poles, you know, like $150 carbon fiber. They broke the first couple of days. I got these aluminum ones, which are heavy, but they work, you know. Yeah. So you learn. You can only.
Well, that's why we do this channel. A lot of people watch this and learn from y'all's mistakes, you know, and maybe not make the same mistake as y'all have. You know, some others have had. Have you had any blisters or anything?
No, well, the one thing that God blessed me with is good feet. So, I mean, I might not be all there in the head and all here in the heart, but I always had good feet, so I'm grateful for that.
I asked everybody this, any interesting or something unusual that's happened to you on the trail so far?
Well, the naked guy.
Yeah, you just told me about that. a guy southbounder, he told me, and actually we know who he was, and he was hiking with very little pants on.
Yeah.
And I think you said you kind of turned around to see him. You saw more than you wanted to see.
Yeah, I shouldn't have did my one spec. You should just say hi, and do the standard fist bump, and that's it.
That's a good story. I like that kind of story.
But yeah, but everyone here, you got, crazy people like that, and I think someone said just in the tent, you got doctors, people, day laborers, everything, but everyone here has the same goal.
That's right.
And they're all challenging themselves, and we're all on the same plane.
That's right.
We're all like brothers and sisters, and that's just definitely, you get that sense. So, and just with people like you helping, giving us food and stuff, it's incredible. This is like, a lifetime experience.
Now, you said about the girl 20 years ago that thru hiked.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the only person that you personally knew that had thru hiked the Appalachian Trail?
I did, just a couple weeks ago, my family's friends, these two women hiked it last year. They went, north to south, and, they were telling me, they were giving me pointers too about too much, it's always too much gear, and then, or too cold, so just, you gotta talk to people. I mean, unless you're some superstar, which some people think they are and they're not, talking to people is the best way you can get advice. And go on all the blogs, and you can't just rely on one person's insight. You have to go to multiple sources, because everyone has their own preference, and you take the bits and pieces that you feel suits you best, and you just kind of modify it into your own, system.
I hear a lot of noise under the tent, but what I was trying to get at just now is that girl that inspired you.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first thru hiker really that you had ever met.
Oh yeah, I mean, you always know the Appalachian Trail.
Know of some.
Yeah, but when you see someone and you interact with them, it becomes a reality. You become connected with it, and then you know that it's not just something you see in a movie. It becomes a reality, and then it allows you to understand that, hey, I can do this too. She was tough. I mean, it's tough as a bear. But. She allowed me to know, like, hey, I could do that too.
Now, do you realize, have you ever thought about this, that you're going to be the same person she was to somebody else?
Yeah. Yeah, I try. I mean, just like what you're doing, trying to, get people connected to it. I have people back home and that are trying to inspire to. There's two types of people when you tell them you're going to do the Appalachian Trail. You have the, that's awesome, man, I always wanted to do that. And
then are you crazy?
And, there's nothing in between,
that's right.
And but there's like, it's not just the Appalachian Trail that you have to do. It's like, you have a dream, you can do it.
Right.
And you might have setbacks, you might, break a leg, or you might have a kid when you didn't mean to, but you could always do what you want. And it might not be the Appalachian Trail. It could be anything in life.
Right.
But you can do it, and don't get stuck in that routine, the rat race.
Right.
That's what American culture is, and some people like that. But when I talk to people, they're like, oh, I always wanted to do that.
Do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
And it doesn't have to be Appalachian Trail. It can be anything.
Just do whatever it is. Well, thank you for taking a few minutes out of your busy hiking schedule, and God bless every step between here and Maine, my friend.
Thank you. Just want to be helpful.